So I'm attempting to continue my work, but I have a problem.
Me. You're filming me, goofball.
No, Parker's there too. I have a problem. There is a young dog in my wheelchair. And this leg doesn't go all the way down. So this is the sort of thing that goes on here.
One-foot-flipper.
All right, I got an unexpected package here. Let's see what it is. Of course, I never have anything good to open stuff with here at my desk. Why would I do that? It is a copy of Quigley Down Under from, looks like, McDaniel in Virginia. That's probably going to be Chris Helo's road. Thank you. I will add this to the wall. There will be an entire wall of these eventually. All right, let's do a few more sales. I don't have a huge number of them today because I haven't been listing a lot, and one reason I haven't is because eBay is super dead right now. I could be wasting a lot of time, spending a lot of time right now pumping more items in that are just going to get marked down in a markdown schedule anyway that probably won't sell, or I could concentrate on some other things right now. And luckily, I have the freedom to do that because I pumped my work so hard my first 2 years of reselling. I paid off my house. I don't need to make a certain amount of money any individual month or even year. I'm doing fine no matter what I do right now. So using that freedom to work on my 2 YouTube channels a bit more. So yeah, let's continue with it. Sold this Talisman dice set for $7.64. Despite the fact this is pretty hard to damage, the buyer was very concerned that I package it well. Probably a drop shipper just using a different stock message. That would be my guess. I sold a Warhammer Plasmancer figure that I got from Fox Hunter, and this sold for $32. Not bad. Thanks, Fox Hunter. Nothing to put on his spreadsheet though, because I bought those off him in advance. Sold a couple of record albums. Bryan Adams. We got, oh, no, sorry. This is Bryan Adams. Sorry, Bryan Adams, for mixing you up with Don Henley. This is Don Henley. I Can't Stand Still. Can't tell from the picture of the cover whether he's rolling cigarettes or joints, but a Google search made it appear that it was indeed cigarettes. People don't roll cigarettes anymore, do they? Well, people don't even smoke anymore, but those who do, I don't think they roll cigarettes. Third album, Ella Fitzgerald, Mac the Knife in Berlin, $6.25. Not bad. The quality of my records remaining keeps getting lower and lower because I'm haven't been restocking records. I sold a lot of 2 medium 8 floppy disk storage units, 2182 plus shipping. If you can get things like this, find things like this at the bins. It's much better if you can save up and sell a couple of them in a single lot because it's not going to increase the shipping all that much and you'll get a better overall price for them. So that's what I do. And these aren't huge profit, but I have a soft spot for vintage computers. I've got my 8086 clone over here that I got at the bins for like $10. I have not actually tried that yet. I need to open it up and look for bus capacitors before I power it. It's got a damaged monitor cable that I need to deal with, but eventually I'm going to do that. Like, if I had unlimited space and could do whatever I wanted to, I would definitely pursue a vintage computing YouTube channel, but that's never going to happen. I don't have the space for it. You need a lot of space to keep a lot of old computers and monitors around. It's the second time I sold this. It's a Starbucks silvery chrome brushed aluminum thermal insulation mug, $22.99. The first person who bought it had an invalid Canadian address, and we had to cancel the order. Been doing really good with Starbucks stuff I find at the bins, or more my wife and my daughter find them. There's some model train stuff in here. Hawthorne Village train stuff. It's not that interesting. I'm not going to crack the case open to show you. Model trains, people are a category in decline. People hate to hear that categories are in decline. A lot of the angry messages I get are because I dare say that they're somebody's favorite categories in decline, or you know, sometimes arguing against the actual statistics, but here's the thing. There's not a lot of younger people who care about model trains anymore. The average age of somebody who cares about model trains keeps getting older every year. You don't want to sleep on that stuff. You don't want to have a 20-year supply of anything because it's just going to go down in value every year as the number of people who are interested keeps going down. The reason why modern people aren't interested in trains is because a lot of people live their whole life now, in America at least, without ever getting on a train. The only reason even little kids like trains is because children's education is stuck like 100 years, 100 plus years in the past, and is full of things like teaching children all about sustenance, farming, and recognizing animals and trains, because that used to be the only thing. And they still kept the trains thing up in children's programming, even though most children, a train is never going to be a part of their life, unless they live in like one of the 3 American cities in which trains are a major part. And even then, a large portion of the people in those cities don't use them. I think it's New York is the only city where people use the train all the time. And the subway doesn't really look like Thomas the Tank, does it? Sold a Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Metal Sorcerer of Keys Inch. He sold for $15.93. The buy I got him out of long paid for itself. All right, let's get to the next part of the video. Okay, today's topics we're going to be talking about is eBay promotions for newbies or people who don't know what you're doing. So if you disagree with me or you know what you're doing, then this isn't for you. This isn't for you. This isn't for the people in your basement. This is probably for the people who live in the shed behind your neighbor's house. This might be for them. This might be for the guy down at the bus stop. But if you disagree with it, then it's just not for you. So we're going to go over 10 eBay promotions and the safe way and what newbies should do about them. And our first one we're going to go over is coupons. Don't waste your time. Customers don't see coupons. They don't use coupons. If you're using coupons to set your prices, that's going to bury you in search results. As people not playing the coupon game, they'll all rank above, so incredibly far above you in search. If you've got your item set at $100 and then there's an optional 30% off coupon, guess where you rank when people search by price? You rank all the way down there at $100 next to the people who don't have coupons, while somebody else might have theirs at $85 with no coupon, and they're getting the sale because you were stupid and used a coupon. They don't work. They don't work. All coupons do, essentially, in my experience with eBay, is let you throw away money on the occasional thing when somebody was already buy the item and then notice the coupon. You ever shopped on Amazon? So there's a coupon sometimes too, right? You never notice that coupon until you already go to buy the item. You'd already made the decision. That's just extra money you're getting for free. Don't bother with coupons. Next one up, running a store sale. Sounds like a great idea, right? No, sales are meaningless unless it actually reduces the price of the item to somewhere where it's going to rank first. If you've got something for $10, you've got a run a 20% off sale, make it $8. That's not going to sell your item if somebody else has the same item for $7.98, not on sale. Theirs is going to sell first. So just do yourself a favor. Have the best price in the first place. Only use the sale as a special tool if you just need to make a little bit more money that day or that week. Then put the whole store on a little bit of an extra sale and then take it off later. The fake sale does not work. Next up, a little bit more of an advanced one. You'll never use it. The store newsletter. My card store, my number 2 store, it has a massive customer base in the thousands. I can send this store newsletter out to thousands of people at a time, and I've done it about 10 or 20 times, and I've never gotten a single response from a store newsletter. I've sent out 50% off the entire store coupon codes with the newsletter. Had the coupon redeemed 0 times. I've sent off buy one, get one free, whole store, no redemptions, zero traffic from that store's newsletter. Don't bother, not worth typing in. Your next up is social media connections. Now I'm talking about, this one I am talking about, not just me, not just the people who live in your neighbor's shed. I probably am talking about you, and I'm talking about me, and I'm talking about just about everybody who doesn't have 50,000 followers on something or other. Because if you don't, your hit rate percentage on that stuff is going to be tiny. Your couple hundred Facebook or Instagram followers are unlikely to want whatever that item is in the first place. Even when I have a video with thousands of views that shows off a very specific item, it almost never ends in a viewer sale for that item. So that social media connection is doing nothing unless you're already at the top of that social media game. Everybody else, don't bother. Your next up is your volume discount, your buy X, get X free, or other volume discount, you know, additional money off buying this or another. Let me tell you, I put my entire card store on sale, you know, all 11,000 items, and it used to be bigger than that. I put that whole thing, buy one, get one free. And 90% of my orders were still for one item. In fact, the only results I really saw from that is an uptick in customers buying 2 items in separate transactions back to back because they weren't smart enough to know how to use the cart. Customers don't read any of that stuff. They don't read the volume discount. They don't read the buy one, get one free. What they read is the price, and that's it. And same as with volume pricing and order discounts. I've tried these on and off, and this just has no effect on the number of multi-item sales I can get. No matter how I do it, no matter what kind of thing I do, it just does not increase the number of multi-item sales. Like, I believe, on my main account right now, I believe I've had either all music or half my music right now, buy 2, get 1 free. You know how many hits I've had in that in the last 4 months since I put it up? 1. One person bought 3 records. A lot of people bought 2 records. Only 1 person bought 3. You think they even knew the promotion was there? Or is that just natural selection of having 100 people buy 1 record, 25 people buy 2, and 1 person buy 3? I think it was just natural selection, and I gave that record away for free for no reason. They probably would have bought it anyway. Shipping discounts. This is one of those deals where maybe you offer free shipping if the order reaches a certain dollar amount. I have tested this myself, and the e-commerce site I used to work for, it does this. As far as I can see, the only effect this seems to have is to straight up cause you to lose money. If you have free shipping over $100, then you will find that customers who would have a ship total of just under $100, instead, they'll find an inexpensive item to buy to get to $100. And now you're shipping out an extra item for less money. It seems like this is one of the only situations where the customers read anything, is when they can do this and make you lose money. Otherwise, they never notice. What about your promoted listings? That's got to be a big deal, right, Paige? Let's look at your standard promoted listings. Yeah, it works for some things, but you're paying for it. And in a lot of those cases, you would have gotten the sale on the item anyway. The customer would have still bought that exact same item from you because you had the only one, or you already had the best deal, but they accidentally clicked on the promoted copy of it in the search instead of the normal one. Promoted listings, how effective they are really depends on whether or not it's a browsing item. If you've got the only hood ornament for a 73 Lancia on eBay, guess what, fella? Promoted listings, not going to help sell it. It's going to sell as soon as the customer who needs a hood ornament for a 73 Lancia comes along. And if you've got the best one at the best price, they're buying yours. If you don't, then they're not buying one at all, and they're not buying yours, and that promoted listing is not going to help you. Where it can help is browsing items, hard to search items, so clothes and weird antiques. In general, the safe thing to do is not to promote anything with standard promoted listings until you know what you're doing. All right, Paige, I guess that makes sense. What about advanced promoted listings? No. If you're watching my video, advanced promoted listings was not designed for you. Advanced promoted listings, that's the one where you're paying per click. This is expert mode for people who sell new expensive items in massive quantity. Okay, these are the people who know that, okay, this item cost me $147. This item cost us $147 to produce. We sell it on eBay, at this margin, and we have this we have this percent sell-through rate if people click on it, and this, that, and everything else, and thus we figure out that we can pay $1 per click and make more money than if we weren't paying $1 per click. Does that sound like you? No, that isn't you. That isn't me. That is a large tool for large companies and not for you. Ignore it. Pretend like it's not there. It might as well not be. Next one up. Bold listing, enhanced listing, gallery plus. No, that's just your money thrown in the garbage. I'm going to go over offer to watcher. I love offer to watcher. Offer to watcher is free. Doesn't cost you anything. And it works. I get a good percentage of my sales off offers to watchers. People will watch your item, and you can decide to send them a lower price. Heck, you can even be a jerk and raise the price and then send the offer. When I used to work at the card store, for whatever reason, every listing related to anime, any of the anime card games, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or One Piece or any of those things, they would gather watchers like crazy. Every box of those cards available. And a lot of times on Friday, I'd raise the price of every anime card game box on eBay that we had by $10. And I'd send out offers at $10 off. And I'd come back in Monday and be like, whoa, we sold 78 boxes on eBay. Then I'd lower the price back down to the original price. Not suggesting that you particularly do this. I don't do it now. It's the sort of thing that is extremely hard to keep track of unless you have multi-quantity items and you're only doing it to certain items. But it can indeed put that item back in front of that person's face without costing you even a cheaper sale. All right, I guess we'll probably skip to some more sales, and after that, probably end the video. Maybe, maybe not. All right, let's do a few sales. It is Friday. I didn't ship last night, so I've got a few more than normal. Sometimes when I got a whole bunch of stuff that nothing needs to go the next day, I'll skip a day. I sold this set of wooden snack bowls, 8 of them, $9.31. Not too bad. It's money. Now, those of you who think that Disney VHS is big bucks, let me tell you, I sold this sealed Mary Poppins Disney clamshell, new, sealed, excellent condition. It sold for $3.63, took 1 year to sell, and that was with promoted listings. Yeah. Expecting possibly a problem with this one. Somebody sent me an offer on this at about 40% off of what is normal. I ignored the offer. Then they bought it 12 hours later. This Ignition Factor for Super Nintendo sold for $34.92. Let's see if it comes back. I sold this Be Happy Kids swing, $11.64. I'll probably make some money on the shipping on this because I usually overestimate the weight on things like this. Well, I weigh them, but I usually overshoot it just in case. I think I got this at a garage sale for $1. I love picking up anything that's still in the packaging, just because it usually does pretty good for me. Sold this Warhammer Necron Doomstalker for $40. Pretty sure I got this from Fox Hunter, but I don't have to put anything on a sheet because I bought his Warhammer collection directly. We didn't do consignment. Sold a 1965 Trouble board for $4.97. The 1967 Trouble game is one of the cases in which you're better off just selling the board than you are the whole game. So I only got the board from the bins, plus the game was incomplete anyway. Box was in terrible shape. Sold a couple of different Pokemon window store clings. These would have come in promotional kits from the stores. $7.97 and $8.47. And since the eBay standard envelope has been expanded to the other TCG items, these simply ship in an envelope for 99 cents. Well, actually, it cost me 74 cents or 69 or whatever, and customer paid 99 each. I sold this hat for $9.73. Now I'm going to find another hat. All right, now I have this hat on. I sold a box of poker chips that I see on the rolling cart across the room. It's a wooden box of poker chips I got at the Goodwill bins. They weren't actually that great of an item, but I changed up my title a little bit better to hit some different keywords so it wouldn't show up next to a bunch of extremely similar units, and I got $18.26 for it after a month or two. Not too bad. This bag is full of pages for card binder. 9-pocket Ultra Pro pages. These are all new ones. They're Ultra Pro ones, $19.39. I keep finding huge stashes of card page sleeves. I only use them now to cut up to ship big card orders, and I use them for nothing else. So I keep making lots like this and selling them over and over again. I sold 4 books for the Traveler role-playing game for $43 shipped. That one doesn't have a cover. So they were just over 10 bucks each, all to the same customer. And I'll make a little bit on the shipping on that because of the way my combined shipping on light items works. Because they paid $9.63, it'll probably cost me $6. I sold a game map. Now, had this map been less valuable, I would have folded it over one more time and put it into a standard envelope category. But this map's sold for $18 plus package shipping. This is the left side map to the Dungeons & Dragons 1980 World of Greyhawk box set. I have no idea how I got it because I never owned the World of Greyhawk box set. I found it in my stuff. A Fingerling Hugs Bella, still in the packaging, a little damage to the packaging, 1882. I paid $3 for this at a garage sale last season, I think. So took a little while to sell. Finally, I sold this Huffy basketball pole protector. It is, how big is it? It is 5 feet tall. So it's from the 90s, still in the packaging. $43.65. I got this at the Goodwill outlet. Weighs about 2.5 pounds, so I had about $5 in it. The people, nobody at my Goodwill outlet seems to buy vintage sports. They buy modern sports stuff all the time, but they ignore the vintage. So I often find good deals on the vintage stuff there. Like, I've got some like 60s hockey pads and stuff like that. They haven't sold yet, but they eventually will, and I'll make nice money on them.
See, that's One Foot Flipper's nonsense video.